Hey, my lovely friends, and welcome back to my kitchen. I spend a lot of time in the kitchen, don't I? But I want to share some great tips with you guys. And today I got a really good one, and that's how you can make your own Greek yogurt. Now, a tub like this of yogurt will sell anywhere up to $5 or $6, sometimes like $4.99 or whatever. And this is a 750 gram tub. Now I'm going to teach you how you can make your own Greek yogurt with a gallon of milk. So you're going to get a huge amount of yogurt, probably for the same price as this. Now, to start off with, you are going to need some yogurt. Yes, you're going to need a yogurt like this Oikos here that is, has, I'm just going to see where I can find it on here where it says this. You need one that says active bacterial cultures in it. That's the kind you need, and it's got to be plain. So don't get you those little fruity sugar-filled yogurts or whatever. Get yourself, and all you need is actually a cup. I went to go get like the small one, and all they had was this one, so I just grabbed this. This is going to be the one and only time you're ever going to buy Greek yogurt again, if you plan it right, okay? Because what you're gonna do is as you make your own yogurt, you're gonna monitor and you're always gonna save a cup of starter for your next Greek yogurt, okay? But of course, I did monitor it right, and my husband was home and he ate all the yogurt, and I went to go make some. I'm like, oh my God, the container is empty. So I had to go and pick this up, but you know, once and that's it. The other thing is too, is if like 2 or 3 of you guys are doing it, you can actually share too to get started. Okay, so what you do is you take your milk, and that's any percent of milk that you want to do. I usually do 1% or skim milk, just because I want to keep the fat content a little bit lower, but you can definitely use 2%, you can use homo milk, you can use whatever kind of milk you want to start off with. So all you're going to do is you are going to start with bringing your taking your crock pot. Now my yogurt's already in here, but what you're going to do is you're going to take a crock pot and you're going to dump a whole jug of milk in there. And I turn my crock pot on high. All I have is low, medium, and high settings. You might have a little fancier crock pot than me. As far as Instapot, I don't have an Instapot, so I don't know how to use that. And you can make it on the stove. I just find this more convenient because I don't have to worry about scorching my milk or burning it. And what you're going to do from there is you're going to grab yourself a thermometer. Now I have this handy dandy one here that I got at, I'm thinking Canadian Tire or Walmart, probably for, I don't know, like under 10 bucks, and it's a digital one, and it's really kind of cool because you can actually set your temperature on here, put your little thermometer in there, and it'll actually beep when it's ready. Now, don't get me wrong, you still always want to double check it, because if this thermometer touches the side or the bottom, it's going to read a little probably hotter than it is, so then you just lift it up and see what you're doing. So you dump the whole jug of milk into your crock pot, turn it on high, and what you want to do is you want to hit 180 degrees of Fahrenheit. So yeah, just set it, and that's it. Now that takes, depending on your crock pot, it's going to take a couple hours, so you can go ahead and, you know, bake some other delicious yummies for your family, or clean your house, or read a book, have a glass of wine, whatever you want. Now, when that little timer goes off and it reaches 180 degrees, it's imperative that you unplug or shut off your yogurt. Because if you get too high of a heat, you know, even sometimes I do shut mine off like at 177, 178 too, because if that gets higher than 180, like 185 or whatever, you're gonna find that sometimes you can get a really slimy yogurt just because it got too hot, or like me, sometimes like you'll overcook it and then you can make an actual cheese out of it too, which isn't bad, like long as you don't scorch your milk, okay? So you let it cool down to 110 degrees. But before, sorry, and I actually missed a step here. What you need to do is you need to take as soon as you dump that jug of milk in here, you're going to take out 1 cup of your active bacterial culture yogurt and just leave it on the counter. You want it to get to room temperature. So it's going to sit there for a couple hours. That's totally okay and totally safe. So it sits there. Now it's going to get to 180 degrees. You're going to shut it off. I take the lid off. I have a plastic spoon. I always use plastic with it rather than anything metal. I guess it's because of my sourdough days. In sourdough, you can't use metal. You can actually hurt your sourdough starter. It has to be plastic. So I just use plastic when I'm using my doing my yogurt too. So what you do is, yeah, you just every once in a while I'll stir it, you don't have to stir it. I stir it just to speed up the cool down process quite a bit, and then you're going to watch that temperature. Now when it gets to about 115-ish, anywhere between 110 and 115. What you do is you're going to take out a couple cups of the yogurt, and I just use my big soup ladle and put it into like a soup bowl or whatever. Then you add your cup of yogurt and you mix it together. You can just take that cup and dump it into your pot. That works out too. To me, for whatever reason, if I mix the two together, it seems like I don't hurt this bacterial culture very much, and it's a little bit more forgiving with my yogurt. So that's why I mix it up, okay? So then, after that, all you're going to do is you're going to put your lovely yogurt to bed. So I usually try to make my yogurt where I hit, like on a day off. It doesn't matter when you make it. I just don't ever start it at night because it takes too darn long for it to cool off. So as soon as it's cooled off and you've added your cup of yogurt, all you do is you take a nice big fluffy bath towel and you wrap up your crock pot that is shut off. And that's it. Then you go to sleep. That's it. Super, super cool. Then the next morning you're gonna come and you're actually going to, okay, so you unwrap your crock pot here, and I don't know if you can see this. I'm just gonna take my lid off and throw it over here in the sink. You have an entire crock pot of yogurt. Like, so from that gallon of milk, like this is all yogurt. Like, isn't that insane? So whatever your gallon of milk is, if you got it from like the $4.99 to maybe the $6 mark in there, this is the amount of yogurt you get compared to the same price as that. Crazy, crazy, right? Whoop. Careful not so I don't dump it over. Now the next thing I do with my yogurt is I just take a big bowl, whatever big bowl you have, and I take a strainer. It's got very, very fine mesh in here. This is just a regular vegetable pasta strainer, whatever. Put it into your bowl. And now if you have cheesecloth, by all means, use cheesecloth. I don't know how many times I've gone to the store to get cheesecloth. Totally forgot about cheesecloth and got something else. But I just use the old-fashioned clean towel, okay? You wanna make sure your towel is clean, hasn't been used for anything else, and I just set it in here into my, oh, I don't know why it's not working. There we go. Into my strainer. Now it's super, super easy. All you're gonna do is you're gonna take this yogurt. Look how thick this yogurt is. I don't know if you can see this or what, but it is like super, super thick. What we're doing in here, and you can use this ladle if you want, I think to speed things up. I'm just gonna throw that in my sink. Hopefully I get it all over my cupboard. I did. Good thing spring cleaning's coming up so I can wash my cupboard. But anyways, what you can do is you can take any kind of plastic measuring cup, whatever, to speed up the thing. And you're gonna fill this entire bowl with all your yummy, yummy yogurt. What you're doing next is you're separating the yogurt from the whey. Now, if something happens and you leave this in your fridge too long, you can actually dry your yogurt out probably more than you even want it dried out. So then just take a little bit of that whey and work it back in. But it's super, super good. So this is what I do next is in the morning, maybe I'm on my way to work or whatever, I'll put this in there and I just throw this in my fridge. Okay, I'm just gonna set this aside for now because I have a little bit more to take out of here in a sec. Now I just took some out before I started this video and to throw it into the fridge just to show you guys. But it's like super, super easy way. Now, if you like plain Greek yogurt like me, there you go. You got your plain Greek yogurt. Delicious. If you're not a plain yogurt person like my husband, we add stuff to his, but we add it as we need it. If you have a bigger family, you might want to add a little bit more and you can have a little bit sitting in your fridge. But we don't mix it up a whole bunch, but you can put, now I just have some frozen raspberries here that was from my garden last summer. Thaw them out, throw them in there. Sometimes John adds a little bit of honey. Now this is a solid honey, he has a liquid honey. You might add a little liquid honey in there. You can do a ton of things. I make a super, super cool dessert that I love. I take my yogurt and then I add a couple tablespoons of peanut flour. I don't know if you guys have heard of peanut flour. You know what? You can honestly even use it with natural peanut butter as well. The peanut flour has a little bit less calories and stuff in there, so it makes it for a nice lighter dessert. But I throw a couple tablespoons of light or peanut flour in there. And okay, I'm just just gonna grab this one. You can put anything you want in there, but I have these skinny syrups, which I've told you guys before. I love them. I usually buy them from Winners or HomeSense. They're regularly $10 a bottle. You can get them there for $6. Tons and tons of flavors like caramel. This one's a mocha that I had in my bulletproof coffee this morning. All different. There's s'mores, all different kinds of flavors. Or you can just sweeten it with stevia if you want. I don't use honey just because, like, for me, it'll spike my insulin too high, which actually leads to a weight gain. So I try to keep my sugar quite level and balanced, but these things I can use. So if I'm putting some peanut flour in there, I can add a little bit of this syrup, and I mix the heck out of it, and you got this creamy, peanut buttery flavor, yummy yogurt. You can add a little bit of cocoa in there, a little cocoa powder as well. Then you got this chocolatey peanut butter, yummy stuff. A great, great recipe that my aunt taught me just recently, and I just love it too. She makes this yogurt fluff, and it's actually a part of her Weight Watcher recipes. So all you do is you take your Greek yogurt, and you're gonna take any kind of sugar-free, it's gotta be sugar-free Jell-O, and instead of mixing the Jell-O packet like you normally do, you will use 1/4 cup of hot water and 1/4 cup of cold water. And then stir, stir, stir your Jell-O so like everything's dissolved in there. Let it set until it cools. You want it to cool before you add it to your yogurt. It does not have to set. It doesn't even have to like partially get set at all. You don't need to do that. You then take your yogurt, throw it into like a mix master, or grab like a little mix master, or if you want, really, if you want to get a workout, you can use your whisk, but you take that yogurt and then you pour in that Jell-O and you just whip the living crap out of it, or a mix master, or whatever other kind of tool you have to mix up, and you get this nice, light, fluffy dessert, and you throw it into your fridge or whatever, and it'll set, and it's really, really good. You can use it as a dessert, or because it's got Greek yogurt in there, which is a really good protein source, it makes an amazing snack as well. So you have that, I'm eating a dessert, but you're actually having a nice protein snack, because a lot of us know that all your snacks should be centered around protein, because that way your sugars will stay level rather than spiking up and down. Yeah, so there's endless possibilities for Greek yogurt. The other thing I use Greek yogurt for is I very, very, very rarely buy sour cream. If we're having a treat and we're having some pierogies, yes, I need some sour cream. Otherwise, in any recipe that I'm cooking or anything like that, I just use Greek yogurt. It works exactly the same as sour cream, but you've got this huge container for like $6. So like it's super, super easy. Yeah, and another good tip to use is after you strain this, and I don't know, like there is just a tiny, tiny bit of whey so far. I'll get a little bit more the longer it sits. Some yogurts I make, I'll have a little bit more whey than others. I'm not sure why, but what I do is I take that whey and then I dilute it a little bit with water, and I throw it on things like my rose bushes and stuff like that, even in the winter. Yes, it's not going to like kill them or anything like that, and yeah, the water's going to sit on top, but then in the spring when that melt comes, all that nutrition from that whey is going to go into your rose bushes and feed them. Hey, I'm all about saving money and getting as much stuff as I can out of what I have. So yeah, so if that's how you make Greek yogurt. Super, super easy, cost efficient for your family. Yeah, $5, $5. Crazy, hey? Anyways, thank you so much. Thank you for following me. All my videos that I'm doing for recipes as well as makeup or anything else are on my YouTube channel. So if you subscribe to that, you'll always be notified when there is a new video. If not, they'll always be posted in Tammy's Tips and Tricks. Have a great day and enjoy your yummy, yummy yogurt. Bye-bye.